Carry capacity, the annoying red bar that most players never want to go into. One small item gets added to your backpack and suddenly you're using double your stamina.
I will fall!
But today, we're not bothered about going into the red. In fact, we encourage it. And today we're going to see how much weight our character can carry at one time. Now this video was taking some inspiration from the old Minecraft question back in the day of how strong is Steve, where it was found that he could carry 177 million kilograms, which was about the weight of 17 Eiffel Towers. Strong guy. I'm not sure if our character will get anywhere near lifting the Eiffel Tower, but we'll give it a go. I should also say for the video that I did not do all these steps myself, because gathering all the materials for this would take at least 400 hours. I don't think anyone would be mad enough to try this, and for your own sake, please don't. Anyway, the first thing we need to think about is, what is the heaviest thing our character can carry? Is it maybe cases of chemicals? They can stack up to 99, and each one weighs a pound, so they can get really heavy. Maybe a vehicle upgrade kit? One of these alone will set you back 50 pounds. But no, the single heaviest item in the game is the Cleo Haven device, weighing in at 125 pounds per item. Now this item can't stack, unlike some really heavy items, but it doesn't matter. Stacked or not stacked, this is still the heaviest thing that can go in your character slots. But how many slots can we have? Well, if we have a character with maxed out backpacking and resourcefulness, or just a red talent character, we can have a max of 4 pockets, i.e. inventory slots. And if they equip a large backpack, which weighs an additional 12 pounds by the way, we can have 8 backpack slots, bringing the total to 12 slots. Fill each one with a Haven device and add the weight of the backpack in there, and your character is carrying 1,512 pounds. That already sounds impressive, but we're not done there. Our character is still able to carry a knife, a melee weapon, a sidearm, and a primary ranged weapon. But what's the heaviest item for each thing? Well, the heaviest primary ranged weapon we have is the B50FG. This is a weapon that falls into the cannon category. In fact, it's the only weapon in the cannon category and weighs 28.5 pounds. There's not a lot of heavy sidearms, but the heaviest thing we've got is the Cleo machine pistol. Quite a lot of the Cleo weapons weigh a very hefty amount, and this one's no different, weighing in at 7 pounds. Next is the melee weapon, and this one surprised me honestly. I really thought the tank hammer, or maybe even the brick hammer, would be the heaviest, but I was wrong. The heaviest melee weapon is actually the beetle mallet, coming in at a staggering 25 pounds to swing. And the knife could literally be anything, they all weigh the same. In this case I just went with the combat knife, classic. So that's everything our character can carry. If we add up the weight of the B50FG, Cleo machine pistol, beetle mallet and combat knife, we get 61 pounds. Add in the backpack and Haven devices and we get a staggering 1,573 pounds, or 713 kilograms. That's about the weight of a cow, 100 bowling balls, or 2,000 cans of soup. That's a lot of soup. So, one character can carry a lot, but what is the maximum amount of weight we can shift at one time? How much weight can be transported across the map? Well, in order to transport the weight we need a vehicle that can carry a lot. The Vandito, an upgraded version of the standard vans, can carry the most, 15 slots to be exact. Put a Haven device in each one and then we've got 1,875 pounds, which is really nice. But we're forgetting something. The vehicles aren't just one-seaters. Well, the Vandito is only a 2-seater, so that's probably a bad example. We need a vehicle with the most seats possible. Most of them only have 2 or 4, but there's a couple of vehicles that have 6. In particular, the Big Boss.
I'm Big Boss, and you are too.
An upgraded version of the military truck that has 9 slots, a bit of a trade-off from the Vandito, but it will be worth it. But where on earth are we going to find 5 other people to sit in the vehicle? We can only enlist 1 follower from our community at a time, and nobody from an enclave will be able to have the loadout we need. This is where the help of friendly cooperation comes in. We can have up to 4 real players in the world at one time, and assuming the 4 of us all have the heaviest loadout in the game, that's 6,292 pounds. Add in our AI community follower, and that's 7,865 pounds. Add that to the 9 Haven devices we have in the trunk, and we get a grand total of 8,990 pounds. Now, if only there was a way to get 1 additional AI community follower to fill that last seat. If we could, that would be another 1,573 pounds, bringing the total to 10,563 pounds. How many times am I going to say pounds in this video? But what if I told you there was a way, one way that I know of at least, and it's so simple. When you first start a community, your community size will be 3. All 3 of you need to secure your first base in order to switch characters, give your characters a rest, etc. But this is the only guaranteed time in the game that there are 2 AI community members following you, and they will follow you forever, until you claim your first base, or quit the game. You would need to start a community with those 3 characters sitting in your legacy pool, but it could be done. And there we are, the maximum amount of weight we can shift from one side of the map to the other is 10,563 pounds, or 4,791 kilograms. That's about the weight of 5 Mini Coopers, 11 horses, or 1,500 bricks. So there we go folks, the question, or questions, are answered. How much can we carry in State of Decay 2? Basically, how strong is our State of Decay character? Now, if you want to get technical, we could also add in the weight of the military truck and our 6 characters, but I think we'll leave that for another day.